Hey guys, how are we all doing? Frozen Stag here, and we continue on as the Plantagenets. Now, I've skipped ahead a bit. I can't remember exactly where we were before we skipped ahead, but I imagine a few years. We have a little event. Now, this event is to go through the Alexander's bloodline, which obviously Alexander the Great of Macedon and his giant empire he created. So, what I have done is I've given myself the immortal trait. Now, I'm not going to keep the immortal trait forever, don't worry. I'm just keep giving myself that trait just so I can do this thing without dying, because I am 61. I'm drunk, a bit of a drunkard, so I don't exactly want to die just as I do this. Now, you may notice I've changed the name of the empire, and the reason I've changed this name, and I gave it some thought. Also, at the moment, there's a crusade going on for Syria, which we're not going to take part in. Henry doesn't particularly care. He's not overly bothered about the crusade. So, what we will be doing is, obviously we can read this in a minute, but I thought I'd explain a bit about why I've called ourselves the Western Roman Empire, and we're now Henry the Lion, which is either I've mentioned that before, pretty sure I have. But yes, my wife isn't doing too well. She's got, yeah. So I don't think my wife will be long for this world anytime soon. What I do think we were doing now is obviously, so originally my plan was to take France and Spain. That is still the plan, among other things. Also, Scandinavia is in turmoil, which you can see. There's a bunch of wars with people's claims, and that guy's imprisoned by the King of France. So yeah, there's a bunch of shit going on over there. So I've changed my conditions. So my conditions originally was to go invade just Spain and France. However, I've decided, and I've made a deal with the Pope, that we will be taking the Holy Roman Empire. And the reason being is because the Holy Roman Empire, their succession is a very elective succession. And it isn't very, well, it's very corrupt, we can say. The Holy Roman Empire is an elective succession, all of a sudden someone else gets in charge, and then that causes problems, and problems go onward. So we made a deal with the Pope that we will reform the Western Roman Empire. Not the Roman Empire, just the West. Because in a multiplayer series I will be doing with Destro, I'm going to basically, me and him are going to be making the Roman Empires again. So he's going to take over the West, and I'm going to remake the Eastern Roman Empire, which is what we'll be doing. Now, the Holy Roman Empire holds this, which I'm not quite sure how they hold that, but yeah. So what my goal now is going to be taking over Spain. I'm going to take that province from Egypt, taking over this, maybe Mali and all that, we'll say. And we'll be taking over France and the Holy Roman Empire and Scandinavia, and that will be it. We have agreed, as the papacy, to not push further east. Not attack the Teutonic Order. We're not allowed to attack Hungary, or we're not allowed to go... We're not... Basically, this would be like our border here. We're not allowed to go any further than that. And obviously, we're not allowed to push into Italy, which is not really my concern. Although I could easily go for Italy, I'm not bothered. I'm already... And I've agreed to also keep up like a keep my border with Naples. So I can't go. I can if I wanted to go into Italy and clear one, but I won't because I made a deal with the Pope. Obviously, gameplay speaking, I haven't, but story wise, we have. Now, I got this event and I've never encountered it before, so it could be very different to what I'm used to. So we'll go through it. And so it is. Now, I don't expect Henry himself to take over France, take over Spain. However, my son, who's married, he's married to the daughter of the Emperor of Spain, who's obviously died, and now currently her grandnephew, I believe, is now in charge of Spain. He's obviously 6 years old and quite weak. And nothing we can actually get the Pope to claim things. So what we're going to be doing is going to be, when I become my son, I don't know if he'd get a claim or not, but I want to do it quite soon. The problem is, we are still threatening. So as my son, we're going to attack Spain, put my wife in charge, and eventually Edward will inherit the throne, or if Edward suddenly dies of an illness, then Philip will inherit. And we go from there. And he's married to a Spanish woman as well. I don't know if I covered the marriages, but Eleanor is married to the Prince Alfred of Scotland. I did that because in case my two grandsons die of something, then Eleanor will inherit, and then our line will still do Plantagenets, just through Scotland. So we have a line of Plantagenets that come from the Scottish family, which would be cool. And we've got Mary, who's betrothed to the Prince of Scandinavia, who, whether or not he'd be Scandinavia is very much in question. But we can always put them back on the throne if we retake Scandinavia someday. It's obviously we've got Edward, who's married to the Princess of France, who also has a claim. So perhaps in time we may even be able to claim France as Edward himself, which will, in 3 generations, secure France and Hispania. Which, once that happens, we'd be very close to finishing the series. And I wanted to take over Scandinavia and Holy Roman Empire just to make the series go a little bit longer, really. And obviously, I don't want to push too into Golden Horde or anything like that. I don't want to go too far. Because I don't want to be... Because by the time I'd have the Holy Roman Empire, Spain and France, Scandinavia would be really overpowered. And by then, it won't be very fun. Yeah. But anyway, yes. And Anne's betrothed to the heir of Epirus as well. And obviously Philip's betrothed to a Spanish woman of the... I don't really know why I married... I think I couldn't find anyone else, but yeah, anyway. Now, Wales has moved their capital over to play Lancaster. So, Wales is quite formidable and it's starting to worry me. I also noticed something. That if this guy dies, and if Edward II dies and then Alfred dies, his daughter will inherit, who's also the heir, and who's married off to the heir to the King of Wales. So, Wales will replace Scotland. So, luckily they do like us, but they could provide some issues at some point. But anyway, let's get into this little event then. Legends about Alexander the Great and his epic campaign across Asia are told throughout the known world. Countless young rulers have wasted their lives in a hopeless attempt to emulate the immortal achievements of his legendary figure. Having died young after fathering only one child, Alexander was unable to establish an imperial dynasty. Despite his many accomplishments, tragically rulers of all creeds and nations claim to trace their ancestors to the fleeting line of Alexander, yet none have been able to have such a prestigious claim be read on their peers and subjects. So we will be the first to succeed. Now, I'm not too sure how it's going to go. It says just a bunch of wars. So we'll see what happens. You haven't missed much, and there's quite a few defensive packs that are now leaving, which is good. We're still building up this. This is on tier 1. My hospital is completely done. York is all finished, apart from the technology we need. That's done. That's close to finishing. We can do everything. It's just the technology is all we need now, and then we can go from there. Unfortunately, we don't really have a lot of technology. Oh, my fort needs rebuilding. It keeps getting bloody sieged and I have to rebuild the bloody thing. This is very irritating. Anyway, the location of the hallowed grounds where the great conqueror was put to his final rest has been a contested topic for millennia. Many Roman emperors of old have claimed to have visited the tomb of Alexander during their rise to power. Yet its true location still eludes modern scholars. The recovery of my ancestor, is it? Did the Plantagenets some sort of claim to Alexander? I don't think they do. Okay, we got the Duke of Anjou, who was Anjou, and then we had the King of Jerusalem. The house has died out. Then this guy, and that's as far as we go. So I don't think we really have to, but maybe we might, I don't know. The recovery of my ancestors' sacred remains with strongly surely strengthen my claim to its bloodline. Yet wasting time and resources in the quest that many have already failed to accomplish in the past might not be the wisest course of action, especially given how far my expedition would have to travel to reach the most likely location of the tomb. Let's do that. Finding remains. No sooner Alexander was passed on that his generals had already started fighting procession over his body. They knew that the one amongst them who became guardian of his remains would be acclaimed as a true successor. And in the same way, I am certain that by ensuring the recovery of Alexander's body, my claim to his ancestry will be stronger than any upstart English ruler. Having already spent several weeks consulting the most learnt scholars in the realm to gather more information regarding the tomb's possible locations, it's now time for me to invest in a proper expedition. I think we'll spend a grand. Fuck it. We're not exactly running out of money, are we? Yeah, there's a bunch of bloody wars going on. Oh, did they take it? Oh no, he's the king now. Okay. Who was it? It was you. Yeah. Yeah, you lost the place, so I'm gonna break the betrothal there. As I can't get any reliance there. Improve Hispania. Nah, I probably won't do that. Oh, the King of France. Considering on my... Yeah, she's the youngest is married. Yeah, so alright, we'll do that. That might be good. And ties us to the French for now. Means that we might get them as a possible ally. As Scandinavia's rulership has failed completely. Let's see if we can form an alliance. No, he won't have it. I wasted enough days of my life as a drunk I need to get. Let's get a marshal. Yeah. Yay! Maybe we might live longer. Which would be nice. Yeah, so we got some more technology. But, no, I've lost Brave. Can I pause the game, please? Thank you. But, yes, this will probably be my final series with Vanilla CK2, I'd imagine. I had no real desire to do any more with this Vanilla. If I'm going to do a campaign on just normal Crusader Kings 2, well, no, it'd be Crusader Kings 3, it will likely just be something else around here. I have no real desire to, I had a nice idea, actually, to do, like, the descent of Alexander and, like, conquer his land again. And, why are we at war? Oh, yeah, we're at war with India. Or do, like, a nation over in India or China or something like that. Of course, when I go over to CK3, I may go back to CK2, just mainly for the mods. Because it will be a good while till any CK3 mods come out, like the Game of Thrones mod for CK3. That might be a while till that comes out. Or any other mod as well. I mean, I do want to do my Viking campaign with CK3, and I want to do my campaign with Destro. And that'd be my two main CK3 goals over. After that, there's a good chance I will probably go back to the Game of Thrones mod for Crusader Kings 2. Unless there's something cool has come out for CK3. Or I may honestly just hold on till CK3, I don't know. If I don't do any if I stop doing CK3 for a bit while I'm waiting for mods, then you expect some Turtle War on the channel, because that I've been playing a lot of lately, and I'm just personally been enjoying. I'm looking forward to playing more more Turtle War than I have CK3, which is a bit odd, but I don't know. No, my daughter's now come of age, cannot. There you go. Who is now betrothed to Prince Alfred, who will marry in the years. Yeah, I'm a bit worried, because if Alfred dies, then the bloody fucking Welsh are gonna inherit. Oh, my wife's dead. Sure, probably knew she would die soon, but oh. Surprised there's no actual widow trait. I think there is, but we just don't seem to have got it. Excellent. How it's going over there? Seems to be alright. No, I'm not going to join the Crusade. I'm not bothered. I don't really care. Oh, that's so. Apparently I was. Okay. Was I? I don't know. Was that army there? Maybe. I have no idea. I mean, I'm not going to join. I'm not bothered. Honestly. But I do like in the way we call ourselves the Western Roman Empire. I do feel like we could call ourselves just the Roman Empire. But we're not really. I mean, technically, Epirus and the Byzantine are still sort of the Eastern Roman Empire, really. So, if we took over those nations, then I think we'd be fitting to call ourselves Rome. But I'm not really going to call myself Rome anymore. I'm not exactly bothered. What's this? You're going to marry my... Who's this? One of the relatives of... why is that? Why is she in my court? Apparently she's in... Why the hell... Why isn't there relatives in my court? I'm really confused. Did she marry someone? I have no idea. Not really. She should really be... Imagine she's probably governing with her son, so... That marriage would make absolutely no sense. Obviously, I don't expect to do any conquering with the rule of Henry. Once we get to my son, we'll definitely be attacking Spain, probably. And going from that... A lot of people are joining this defensive pact against me. I mean, that's the main thing that's restricting me from doing stuff. It's just this. Golden Horde? What? What the bloody hell? Why is that part of the okay, that's now a vassal, is it? Okay, so the Golden Horde now owns a bit of Africa. Great. That was a land I'm pretty sure I gave off to the other guy, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure what? Or I gave it to someone over there, and then they... Yeah. This I gave to someone. Yeah, this guy. Oh, he died a couple days in the bed. And he took the... Okay, he inherited it, and now became a vassal. That was one of the reasons I didn't want to keep hold of that. So the Golden Horde now owns territory in Africa, which is probably bad. Okay. The Tomb of Alexander. The valiant members of my expedition finally return to York. They bring a marvellous gift with them, a mummified corpse covered in ancient jewels after they claim to belong to my distinguished ancestor. After a long consultation with my scholars, who carefully examine every detail of the body, I am certain that the expedition has been successful. After having been lost for so many centuries, the body of Alexander the Great has finally been found, and I am the one responsible for its recovery. The only thing that remains for my claim to Alexander's ancestry is to make the news known among the world. Yeah. Interestingly, in Assassin's Creed Origins, for those who have played, in Alexandria, there's a mission where Cleopatra asks you to like open up the tomb, open up like a vault or something in Alexandria, which holds the final resting place of Alexander the Great. It's like his tomb, and there's like a spear and stuff in it. There's all sorts in there. So I imagine this expedition went to Alexandria, and these guys aren't in the Crusader. No, they are in the Crusade. Okay, they don't seem to be hostile. Are they? No, they're actually with us. Okay. So I imagine they got to Egypt quite easily without having to sneak in with the whole Crusade going on. So they probably landed, went to Alexandria, did probably what Ira and Bayek did, and got that tomb out. I don't know how they managed to get the whole thing out, but because the tomb, I'd imagine, is massive. But there you go. Anyway, but yes, I'm guessing from a story perspective, that's where they got it from. But of course, I don't know. I don't know if it is even historical. If there even is a tomb, it might not even be Alexander. I don't know. But anyway, we fuck me. Look how much prestige. Holy shit. Yeah, fuck it. Everyone will know. And I'll probably get assassinated. We have a lot of prestige as it is, so. I keep thinking about Phyllis. She was the best of wives, and without her, I do struggle to be emperor. I don't want to. I clicked that button. Incapable. I just know it. So I think it's probably better to be depressed instead of it, because I imagine we are pretty upset about it. What's this commander? I'm not bothered. But so I do like the whole emperor titled the Western Roman Empire. Quite like that. I mean, we're not exactly the Western Roman Empire, but we're definitely not as the guy who got his head taken off by Robert the Bruce. Or head of, I don't know, I can't remember actually. But yes, we're not exactly the Western Roman Empire yet, but we are obviously probably looking a bit of a threat to France, which is why they're not allying with us. And the Holy Roman Empire probably is thinking, yeah. I mean, I'm not entirely reforging the borders of the Western Roman Empire, because I'm obviously going to be taking Holy Roman Empire and Scandinavia, but that will basically be the West, or I guess the Northwest, but it's the Western Roman Empire to me. Let's see what happens, see if that event kicks in, and we'll see what happens. I know this video has just been me going on about this. Your grandson, who the feature a bit... Oh, he's gone cruel. Well, that's not good. Your grandson was sparring with another child, and suddenly you hear the child scream out in pain repeatedly. You rush to pregnant to your child, and the small pool of Jesus Christ. Your grandson seemed unaffected, and by the instinct says to you, "He deserved it. He insulted me." Don't become Joffrey on me, please. I don't want a Joffrey on the throne, thank you. Next time he turns around, stabs me in the back, and then kills his own father, and then shit. What are my traits? I'm arbitrary, so I'm not exactly lawful, I would say, or just. So, but I am kind. So, you must learn to live kindly. I don't want him to get fucking craven, that's the thing. So let's... I reckon he probably... My guy will probably be angry, I imagine. Well, I don't know. Because he's arbitrary, but at the same time, he... Yeah, I feel like he doesn't want his grandson, the future heir, to grow up as a cruel man. So there you go. 15. Fuck me. Jesus Christ. 15 lashes on your own. Okay. Jesus. They will never inflict such harm. Very good. It's a bit extreme. I mean, maybe a clap around the ear would have done it, but not fucking just beat his own child or fucking whip the kid. Jesus. Or accept. What's this? The fall of Belgrade. The White City has turned red as the Mongol invade, seize Belgrade, and massacre the inhabitants without exception. After several days of slaughter and looting, the smell of death from rotten flesh proves too much even for the Mongols to bear, and they move their camp upwind from the scorched room sea. Oh boy. Belgrade has been fucked. There's no real trait about it, but I imagine, yeah, that didn't go well. Because we're at war with the Mongols, is why. And Crusader armies are probably even strong for me. I can't even beat them. Did we even get this bloodline? I don't know what happened there. We still have that bloodline from Henry. But yeah, so we go forward a bit. When I get to 70, I'll take the immortal trait off. I just want to see what happens. I just want to see if this actually works. That's the whole point of doing this. Is just see what it's like. Obviously getting a lot of that. That might be good. Let's go for that. Again, I've got to this point in the campaign where I'm incredibly powerful and no one's gonna fuck with me at all. Wow, we have like nobody we're learning. Jesus, what happened there? Let's get ourselves a holy man. Yeah, you will do. Not too fussy. Nope. Clicked off it. Let's research cultural tech over in my capital. We get ourselves a commander as well. This is the kind of stuff you don't really tend to see when I'm recording. But if I'm not recording, you won't see much of this. You're terrible. Once give me like the most shittest commanders. Okay, you'll do. And most of these commanders will probably serve my son. Definitely not me. Must admit, Henry does look kind of good for his age. Doesn't look that old, if you know what I mean. Edward is going to be... Wait, it's Edward the 6th, isn't it? Because you are Edward the 5th. But anyway, we'll skip ahead a bit. There's nothing happening. We'll probably keep you updated on this thing and the Crusade. To be honest, I probably won't even show you the Crusade. It's not really at all much of an issue that war's fighting over there and I'm over here. But we'll likely move to the rule of my son or a next event. But anyway, guys, we shall go forward. Okay, victorious Crusaders. God has granted King... What the fuck? What do you mean, King Godfrey of Ireland? Hold on a minute. Hang on. What? What's going on? King Godfrey is granting lands to Syria. Oh, thank God. I fucking worried for a second that Godfrey was going to fucking depart from my kingdom. And then fucking another war overtaking that. But he has given this person his... I'm not entirely sure how he's related to. I don't think he is. No, he's not. The Muslim being pushed out, so he's given her that. Okay, that's fine. So there's sort of like almost a Principality of Antioch. Actually, no, she's actually got a place down in Karak. But she is in charge now, and oh god, it's gonna go straight to a fucking Greek. No, it's gonna go to who is she related to? Continental. So someone's at Byzantine. Pretty sure it is. Is it Byzantine? I'm pretty sure it is somewhere. Yeah. Yes, it sort of is. Sort of, not entirely, but it's close. Let's see the realm prosper. I haven't got any events yet from this thing, so. But anyway, we'll go forward. Scandinavia sort of finished up their wars. Now this guy's in charge, Emperor Olav. I'm not sure who that is. But yeah. Anyway, his heir actually is who? No, it's gonna go back. It's gonna go back to the guy that originally had it. What is it? What even is this thing? Is it like elective or something? Yeah, it's bloody elective. What a waste of time. he takes the throne and loses it to him again, not when he dies, or loses it to his grandson or something. It's weird that. Anyway, did I mention that my daughter is now betrothed? Oh, for fuck's sake, who are you? What? Does that mean that Iceland's gonna own a bit of territory in France? Oh, for God's sake. It is, isn't it? Because all his family are dead. That's bloody weird. Why did John have to die God damn it. I mean, it does make sense if you know me up in bloody Iceland. I mean, it's fucking cold up there. So, yeah. Philip's alright. He's alright with Wessex. Okay, weirdly, the Spanish have set up an anti-pope. Why? I don't know why they've done that, but yeah. Maybe that's the reason why the Pope is giving us sanction to go kill the Spanish, because they've set up someone else who's meant to be the Pope. So, yeah. What's this? Alexander. Yeah, that's not happening. Yeah, I don't want that happening. Thank you. Less wars in my kingdom, the better. What's going on over here? This is another war run of English. What? Oh, that's not happening. For that, thank you. Anyway, there hasn't been much happening in this episode, really. Let's be honest. But we'll see if any more comes in from this bloody Alexander thing. I don't know if it was. I mean, we have the. Where is it? I'd imagine it's. I'd imagine we have this Alexander's thing. It's like, I imagine that it's now in like York, in like a big tomb or something. It's probably being put in this fortress. I imagine. Maybe. I'm not too sure, but I'm gonna build a artifact. So that's probably a good idea to build that. You only build one while the thing's going, which is interesting. And I'm looking forward to seeing what's in CK3. And the one real concern of CK3 is that I'm worried that they've not put as much in the game. Well, I'm obviously going to sell DLC. I mean, it's Paradox makes the bloody money. But I'm hoping it's not going to be a case of CK2 where you can't, like, say when you play CK3, you can't play as like Muslim without a DLC. Or I'm pretty sure it's not, but that was my main concern when it was first being announced. I was worried that they were gonna sell it like half done, and then make you pay DLC to you pretty much play the game, and that's something I don't really like. But hopefully the barn, from what I've seen, it does seem pretty good. I'm looking forward to giving it a go. I'm obviously waiting to a sale until it's cheap. Probably December, I think, is probably the best chance. And this, I am a bit pre-recording here, I must admit. So I'm waiting for a sale in December, and by the time this video is out, it probably will be close to December as it is. As I do upload CK2 and Total War twice a week. And occasionally I upload a Total War series a third time in the week as well, depending if I don't have anything else to upload. But yes. Anyway, guys, we will skip ahead. Aha! It works! The Era of Alexander. After years of study, research, and investment, I have finally achieved my goal and eternally bound my dynasty's name to one of the greatest conquerors of known history. Long after I am gone, people will look at my descendants in awe and tremble at the very thought of meeting them on the field of battle. Within our veins flow the same strength that subjugated Egypt, the same genius that cracked Babylon, the same ambition that led one man to travel from the heart of civilization to the edge of the world. My God, do I need to go play Alexander, Rome, Total War Alexander now. So we got the become known as the founder of a bloodline given the following effects. I can use an invasion once per. Oh, that's perfect. Oh, that's perfect. That means the series will go a bit faster. Let's have a look then. We'll take off take this off now. Remove trait straight away. Oh, that is perfect. The immortal bloodline of Alexander. Wow, perfect. Perfect. Look at the technology and all that. Perfect. We get Hellenic opinion as well. And more combat skill. Awesome. So, does that mean we can now do this? Hang on. No, not them. Not them. Maybe Spain. Oh, fucking perfect. Does it mean... Oh, I think it only means I can invade a kingdom title. Okay. I'm a bit surprised it doesn't give me a... Like, it doesn't tell me I can declare war for... Does that mean if I... Right, okay, this one here, I believe... But make... Right, invade land... So, essentially, if I did that, I need to conquer all the holdings, or occupy them all, which will take fucking ages. And, so yeah. So that does mean we can do invasion, we can invade kingdoms, which is quite handy. And it makes it a bit better than having to claim, like, do invasions on, like, the entire... Because if I invaded, like... Actually, I can probably do it against France, couldn't I? No, I mean, in non-aggression pact. But does it mean I can... I can take the kingdom, I believe, but not the empire. Which I'm fine with that, because it would just make it really overpowered. Make this series go a lot fucking faster. But I won't be doing that with the rule of Henry. Probably Edward, I wait for till when he comes on the throne, and as Edward, we will be going after Spain, and I'm surprised that it might, I don't know if it's just because I'm not Edward, but it doesn't seem to give me an option to... What the fuck are you, madam? Why are you over in... Okay, that's why we can't bloody claim Spain, because they've had a falling out, I think. Okay, that might be annoying. Well, we'll have to see what to do that. Yeah. But anyway, alas, that is the end of this episode. I do hope you guys have enjoyed. I believe next episode is episode 20, if I'm correct. Usually I don't really mention the episode name, so I end up forgetting when I get so far in recording. I'm like, oh, is it episode this? I've no idea. But anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed. Farewell, and have a great day.